Hello again. Take two. I was doing a recording earlier, well, a couple minutes ago, and during the recording, my whole operation went down. I was doing a video about secret societies in our government that was just in the news, and I hit on something on the site, and the whole thing just went goodbye. So I'm not sure if I have a recording of it. Either way, we're back again, and well, never had that happen before. So I went to a different site this time than the one that caused the difficulty. Yeah, the one I either went. Reference of secret society and the FBI probe against Trump. No surprise there. Secret society is obviously it's secret, so it's not mentioned very often in the government. I'm going to go through these real quick. Here's you can go to Drudge Report, fine, or just do secret society. All it has to do with an FBI text are being deleted. Oh wow, big surprise there. So okay, I'm getting away from this. What am I doing? Not working. I'm trying to get away from all. I'm gonna close all that out too. Jeez. Oh, I have a bunch of stuff. So that was interesting. Okay. With secret societies are obviously, it is obviously in every district. Hollywood, obviously, but not going to be fully uncovered because of the scandal. But you never know. But definitely in the government in general is a secret society. When I really want to think about it, because they don't tell us everything, and they have Kim Kardashian and whatever else to keep us distracted as they run the country into the gutter, and all countries for that matter, but not entirely though. So I mean, even if we did know exactly what was going on, it's kind of hard to put your influence to see how they control everything, the voting, everything. So it's an illusion of power that we have, as you might see. Yeah, the whole thing is just a big farce. I'm not sure when humanity is going to realize that, but slowly, of course, nobody believes them because nobody wants to believe that's happening. But the Matrix is going to break down, and the idea of secret society being mentioned, it has been mentioned obviously in the past, but obviously, I mean, the CIA, yeah, and the FBI is all puppets of the elites, basically. The CIA is a strong arm of it all, strong arm across the country, world, very much being a dictator over the planet. Mostly, of course, is Mossad. I think Mossad kind of runs quite a bit of it too. So there's a little bit of, either way. They do have their ones, CIA. I think a lot of it goes to Israel in the long run, but of course, who's running that is not exactly who you might think. Obviously, the Vatican and all that so-called spiritual. I'm not sure what all this is going to break down, but it's going to break down little by little over time. It's just a lot of people are just going to bypass it, not believe. Well, what are you going to do? Well, trust your instincts, not worry. Don't put worry at the end of this cabal taking us over, anything like that. I feel them actually losing control over us. They just got to stay positive and not be pulled into the distractions of mind control, basically. Easier said than done. We are connecting to the land of the bizarre. As I got a run in with my family recently, kind of hearing in on what I do here. Of course, I kind of blew it off because it's just a forest fire there. Because it's all Christian, and I was being told I was going to go to hell when I was a kid, and where Armageddon's going to happen at any moment. So I'm still waiting for that one. So I've been told that stuff when I was a kid. So yeah, I doubt I'm alone on any of that. Of course, maybe not in the intensity of that. If you don't go to church, you're going to hell. It's like, what the fuck is that? Yeah, nice world you have here. Nice prison planet you got here. You got yourselves here. So yeah, anytime you go, I believe more of the. I'm getting a message like the transsexual stuff's all going to start becoming more and more. Not to say I'm doing that, but it's just people becoming more of themselves and less controlled. And the more people becoming more alien and what's controlled. Like I think I've said this in the past, of people identify themselves as Pleiadian, Arcturian, whatever it might be, Sasquatch, will eventually go into our mainstream. Eventually. Instead, you have people with no gender, and you have people with a gender, or no gender, but I'm also Pleiadian from such and such, which is going to be absolutely awesome. Just to fire on their gasoline fire on their whole ideal system of just the norm of the human. Just plain old human, nice and brainwashed, scared, living in fear. Throw all that out. So that's going to be I see that. I don't know when, I don't know how, whatever. It will eventually fall into our pop culture, probably during our lifetime. I would assume so, at least mine, somewhere along the lines. Or I'll just go ahead and do it. I don't know. We'll see. I don't have a big stage yet, but I'll give you a little bit insight to what's going on with Jake. Yesterday, I was kind of hesitant to bring anything up. I haven't heard anything yet. I'm not too sure what's going on. It's a big I haven't made this public yet on Patreon or anything. I'll make it public here eventually. Maybe like a slideshow of the comics. They had a voiceover. It has to do a voiceover explaining it, the story, part of it, not all of it. And I submitted to a film festival where people of Adult Swim are at. People are connected. It's in LA. I'm not going into too much detail. I will eventually. I think it's going to be seeing they take anything practically, so that has to do with their genre. So I'll just leave it with that. So I'll give you more details when I have more details. So Saturday, I don't know if it's going to be showed or not. Saturday, I'll know, unless they send me an email between now and then. I'm not sure if they do that or not. I don't want to ask any questions. All I know is they got it. So this is steps. So I'm just basically waiting. Now, if it gets rejected, like if it is shown, and I can always make something else and send over to them. Not Jake related, maybe. Has a couple ideas. We'll see. Maybe Jake related, maybe not, depending on what is accepted. So this is something new. I've heard of this, but never saw myself submit. So without going into super details, that is what's going on. So that's pretty cool. It's just waiting, and he's going to find his platform eventually. And once I know what's going on, I'll make the video public and give you any other updates. So I plan on a big change coming. Well, we'll see. For those that are new to all this, this is ivanteller.com. This is we have private sessions here. We have Google Hangouts, Skype, Zoom, and channeling by phone. Trust me, I'm getting better. And also, you can submit a question here. I would say 1 to 10 days. Let's put it that way. I'm sure I'm doing the best I can. This is if you're new to all this is what I'm talking about. Jake, this is the rabbit. You can find details on that. And this is the Oracle cards. I have an update on Oracle cards. Now, this company I've been working with is kind of a pain in the neck. They kind of they pull it, they do this, they do that. I found another company. I'm going to link it to the site. Once I get the deck, make sure it looks halfway decent. It might be like maybe not $1 more, maybe like 75 cents more, not by much. So I'm gonna have two ways of availability. This site, people have had difficulties ordering through it. So, which is funny because the other site is pretty much identical, but it's better made. It's a better setup. So I'll still leave them on here, but I'll have two options. But I'm definitely going to put if the other one looks, the other one was flawless. Once I figured out how to use it, always for setting up the cards. So that'll be a week. This is Jake. If you're wondering, and you have Amazon, if you're interested in that, as Jake, that's the second issue. And issue 3 is in the works, and this is the where you can get the updates. There's a Patreon on. I need to update that, and so it's a rabbit from space, and he's making his. I'm working on his career, as I've said in the past. So also, this is Spirit Social. Smith question healing, past life regression. That's social media channel consulting. 5 minutes healing. One question from a day. Chakra healing from a day. A joke breaking from Miguel. Crystalline from Nick. Ask a question from Yosim. Angel Tarot card, and we have other items from Yosim also. Oh, I didn't put this one. This is from Yosim also. I needed to make a change on that. So that's it. It's pretty exciting. So if I have any updates, I'll bring it up here. I'm trying to take it easy as much as possible. I don't know what I'm doing here. I should be laying down on the ground right now. So I'm getting better. Sort of. So, all right, let's see. Secret Society energies. Okay, I guess I'll do a conscious one. Yeah, a lot of them are going to be starting to float up. I mean, I was trying to do a video and the whole thing went to pot, so I never had anything like. I mean, the whole screen got froze. I mean, it just went blank. Never had that happen before, so maybe it's the NSA tapping in. There is no privacy. There's no. I mean, you can worry about the NSA all you want, but they have other ways of watching us. So, those you have metaphysics, the secret societies. What I pick up here. There's a lot of small ones, obviously, and there's basically, if some do get exposed, they kind of just disappear and create another one, from what I feel. So it's always going to be around. You can't get rid of it. This is where the Illuminati energies move. Not all of them are negative, obviously, but they have to roam around in secret, and they can't be the only rich people in town. They have to let other people have wealth. Imagine a lot of them would like that, but they can't hide behind if they're the only people that are rich. So they have to allow wealth to occur. Negative and positive are doing it. Rich doesn't. I mean, the positive don't care, but the negative does, because they do a lot of manipulations and things of that sort. I believe they have their hand in all corporations and sporting events and whatever it is. They're CIA or whatever it might be. They have their hand in everything. As for like what Google is kind of a mixed bag. You can see it's Illuminati chess going on. As for like Amazon against Google or Google against Apple, there's more going on behind the scenes. Rich people's problems, basically, or ultra rich people's problems, where money doesn't matter. And they're just like, I don't want to imagine that. But either way, they're sending the agenda for us, as you can see. I believe we are going to a more positive direction. Even it might not seem like that, we are. I wouldn't get caught up in any of this negative stuff that's going on. Anything that's going to government shutdown, probably, I think it'd be better just to let the government shut down for like forever. Shut them all down. I think I said that yesterday. I don't remember. Shut it all down. Just all crap. They'll figure it out. So obviously, let's see. It does seem like, NASA is going to get more, a lot more space stuff's going to occur. Not to distract you. It's just that's where we're heading. As for distractions as they're going on, it's called sports. It's called Super Bowl. That's going to be the big distraction, I believe, for the next couple of weeks, because the Super Bowl, the Patriots probably stole it. Who cares? I mean, it's like it's a distraction no matter what. You know what's more of a distraction for people that think it has been rigged? It's you know, this is my feeling on it. So the more scandal, the better to keep you looking that way. While over here they're doing who knows what. Maybe they'll shut down the government forever. We can only hope for the best there. As for Donald Trump, he's highly manipulated at this time, as he is always. He's not always being himself, as many are trying to. Yeah, I think, like I said, I don't think the Democrats are going to have a strong candidate. I doubt it, unless Martha Stewart. I don't think Oprah's going to make it. Martha Stewart, no. They might grab a celebrity, a millionaire. I still think, or a billionaire. I still think it's going to fail. Because a lot of these billionaires don't have any pizzazz to them. They might have money, but the elites, I think, already made their decision. But of course, it's still early. We're still a ways out, and I think a lot of Democrats are going to get more power into the government, but that doesn't mean anything. It's all just a joke anyway. As for secret societies, I see a lot of them influence. Obviously, they're all like those. Some of those like country clubs are very hard to get into. I would say some of them are involved with those, and some, yeah, not entirely. It's not in your face, but I imagine there are very wealthy country clubs where some of these people are hanging out at. I would assume, but not entirely. They don't do all their secret business there. They do some of it there. They have to mingle with the normal people there. So it's not all. It's not all cabal, but they are trickling. They are there. Let's put it that way. Most exclusive, mostly the most expensive. From my feeling of it. Harvard elites, all that ego garbage. Yeah, the stuff he sued of like Obama and stuff like that. Who is a true puppet, and I imagine, well, because there's so much liberalism going on, I imagine possibly all of that be exposed, and probably in books that are not going to be trusted, or not to say they're not true, but they're not going to get a lot of light. I mean, the truth is going to be shelved, but I think a lot of true stuff is going to be coming out of him. I think something already recently did. Yeah, there's going to be stuff trickling out about him. He's not going to look all so good. I don't think he ever looked good. As for Trump, not to say he's perfect, but he is for a new agenda of a poor positive vibration. Not that he can be the biggest scum on the earth, which a lot of people see him as. But he's still here for positive agenda. Obviously, there's other, not everything is perfect. But there's from what I see, there's still a positive energy there. The space age, as I say, is upon us. We're still in the early stages of it. New technology is going to come through that, obviously. There's a lot of reptilian energies around space age stuff too, for helping and for other stuff, but also for helping, assisting us. Reptilians are very good at space technology. Obviously, Zetas are, but reptilians feel like they're the alien reptilians, if you're wondering, if you're new to all of this, are very much involved. As I see reptilians there are very, I want to humanize it a little bit. I've seen, in channelings, I have seen foxes in lab coats. At least that's what I've seen. I don't think they're that different than us. They still wear clothes of some kind, depending on what dimension they are. So I see a reptilian in lab coats. You can say white, and a very, intellectual, and not taking sides, but here to assist. I know it sounds funny. I'm seeing them in lab coats, but I do see them as very straight, assisting us. Let's put it that way. I know it sounds weird, lab coat, but whatever. It doesn't matter. Either way, that's what I'm seeing as being involvement as for helping us with space technology, giving us downloads and stuff like that. From what I see, in a positive way. Of course, there are others with our agenda. So it's a busy area around those areas where space is the future. It always has been, but I think it's getting more intense because we're going into unknown territory as we have in the past. But this is unknown. This is new territory for us. As for commercial airlines in space, is not something to take lightly. So obviously we're down the road. As for, let's see, I'm jumping around a little bit. Secret society energies, I believe a lot of Arcturian energies are here to help expose a lot of that eventually. I mean, we are too, Palladians, others, but it seems like Arcturians are very, in a way where it doesn't bring out fear. But I wouldn't see anything soon, but knowledge of them. But yeah, they play a big role, obviously, for our culture, our materialism, and they don't give it to them. They are part of what we live, but it's different. It's just they have a different perspective of it. And they're aware of who's here, too, as for aliens and all of that. And their spirit guides and all of that. They're more attuned. Of course, in social environments, all of that takes a back seat. Maybe not entirely. But I imagine those in the elite are very, have a lot of energy and spunk. Some of them do. Also, I'm feeling, not sure how this goes, but like they wear a ring. Not always, but from what I see, some of them turn the ring the other way around. Like I'm turning myself off to be with the humans. Something like that. I'm not sure if they actually do that, but I am seeing something around. I'm not saying they always wear that type of jewelry, at least the men. Females can wear whatever they want to get away with it. But then again, if you're wearing some like secret society ring, it's going to look kind of bizarre. It's like, how was that? So they do wear them, maybe more in a private. I do feel that Arnold Schwarzenegger wore them in the public, so I'm not sure how that works exactly. But it does exist somewhere. So, like I say, something to be worried. Obviously, going to put the fear of God into you if they want to get their way, the negative ones at least. That's all. They know exactly how to push our buttons, for the most part. They know exactly how humans work. They know the ins and outs of it. They've seen the ups and downs, obviously, through their own experiences, through brainwashing and things of that sort. A lot of them are involved with the space program. Not all, but a good portion is involved with it. Has a lot to do with their longevity or something around those lines. So, yeah, there is another society. Now, they all know about each other. We don't know anything because we're the puppets or the whatever we are, the slaves. So, but this will eventually come. I see in the future. I mean, I've seen, or in the past, I've seen as them being exposed eventually, little by little. It's not going to be major. It'll be little by little. You say technically Disney in some regards like a secret society within it. And all these corporations have some kind of, it's not like they all walk around in robes and stuff like that. That would be too obvious. But there is a energy there that is there to keep it on its agenda. Yeah. Like you can say like a secret oath to keep its power. Like, for example, like a company like Microsoft or Google. Microsoft's kind of older. IBM. They use these companies, also these big companies, to hide a lot of their stuff, whatever the hell they're doing. Money laundering, wherever it might be. Use the Caribbean as a money laundering, not just for drugs, for whatever the hell they're doing. Also, the Queen has a lot of money laundering going on too. There's going to be some stuff about her eventually that'll come out. Probably after her death, but there's stuff there that's not healthy, as some might see. Not always in her control, but of course her fingerprints are on it. See, like with her, if she stepped down a long time ago, I mean, she doesn't be part of the mafia, the royal mafia. So I imagine they can. I'm not sure if they'll lose their life or anything about that. I'm not sure about that. But it feels like she's in it for the long haul, obviously. But yeah, it's not looking good for her. I'm not saying anything good around her. Jeez. And she like maybe it's all just manipulation. I'm saying, but there's a good person there, but there's a lot of other stuff there that she's too proud of. Let's put it that way. And I think she is very connected to the Bushes, obviously too. Well, she's a puppet just like we have as president also, so there's other hands that are forcing you to do certain things. So it's like we'd much rather you stay as queen or whatever it might be. So I think there was also talks of obviously in the past of the presidency, U.S. presidency, turned to more of a kingship. I think that's been talked around more than once throughout the centuries. Yeah, like through the Bush's time, because I think they could have put in an executive order or some kind of throw something in to keep him in there. I think it was tossed around. I think because after during 9/11, it was a perfect opportunity to give us our kingship. I'm being serious about that. I imagine it has been mentioned. It shows him laughing about it too, about being a dictator. So I think I don't think it wasn't going to fly, but it was in the talk from what it feels like. So not that it matters. As for alien energies and where we are heading, we are unlocking a lot of the secrets of this earth. Secret societies will eventually show themselves in due time. I feel it very strongly. It wasn't just put in the media for no reason or just for. I mean, they can act stories like that, just like with Harvey Weinstein. They let that out, so they can shut this stuff down. They didn't do it, so I'm not sure if Harvey Weinstein is still a fall guy or not. It feels like they just want to get rid of him. Just kind of got tired of what he was doing, stuff like that. I don't think it was a fun. I mean, obviously, it was helped expose other things that's going on. But oh yeah, I was going to go into that a little bit. Like Wall Street, I think is the worst out of everything. I'm not sure if that's going. There's so much money there, and there's a lot of prostitutions, a lot of just. Wall Street is probably worse than Washington D.C. D.C.'s bad. Wall Street's worse. The Arabs, that's not good either. There's probably a lot of homoerotic stuff going on over there, but that's their business. Like with the Saudis. Yeah, suppressing females, go right ahead. Like those male energies around, huh? So yeah, it's obviously not perfect over there. Yeah, it's not all so great having everything in your hands. Having it all. Yeah. So whatever floats your boat. So, but as for secret, I feel like secret societies, it might see more of that throughout the year. It's possible. That's not something that makes the news very often. It's possible. Here and there, it might, like shadow government, deep state, but secret society is not something that makes the news very often. So, deep state, they twist that around. Secret society, probably say Dick Cheney's involved with it or somebody that's not important. So that name comes to mind. Of course, he's another stooge. But little by little, more knowledge obviously will come through. But as for anyone believing it, is another story. As for alien energies, we have to make life for each other better first for any aliens to show up. For the most part, it doesn't mean individually you can't connect. In due time, it seems like I know it sounds. This year is a time of transition. Yeah, this is a year of change. Next year feels like more of alien energies getting stronger. It gets stronger every year. This year feels like a wave of. I'm not the only one that picked up on that, but obviously no, I might be late to the game on that. This is a year of turning things upside down as for the way we see things, but not bringing it too much into our face, but yeah. Also, yeah, our Earth history will come through more clearly, little by little, as we'll see different timelines. All those timelines will come together. Let's see. Hawthorns will become more clear because it's not everything's known about them. Obviously, there's not much known about everybody, but the Hawthorns and the sun seems to have a very strong connection. As for bringing positive energies, they do toning, but also do, I guess they use sound also to move objects, but also the sun works through everybody, obviously, but some alien beings do truly connect to the sun. I feel that Hawthorns use the sun quite a bit as for transition, meaning that the Hawthorns, along with other beings, are into terraforming planets. Imagine they all have that, and there's, the Hawthorns are very connected to this Earth, can easily terraform our world. Feels like they're very much involved with that. Of course, there's other beings, like I said. There's some who have certain technologies that we can't live without, let's put it that way. So we're not ready for that yet, but eventually. So I imagine more information will come in through that. It just sort of popped in. So and more knowledge about the bird aliens that are here. There's a lot of that here that I don't have full, the Carians, the eagle race. You have the blue avians, the white avians, the orange avians. Imagine different colors of those. Oh yeah, red robin aliens that just showed up. So the woodpecker beings, I think they're just called woodpecker. Well, for us, they're called woodpecker. Obviously, all these animals here are helping us evolve. We're not exactly the nicest to them, but we're we're being manipulated, but they are with us in the long haul. I think I mentioned this earlier, but I'll mention it again, that the first humans could have been, reptilian, which explains a lot of our reptilian, presence here. Refugees that came here. The feline presence is obviously very strong here. Keep us alive. Keep us from being destroyed, which has come close on many occasions throughout history. I think also feline beings have become more known to people, definitely, along with others. But the felines have played such a big role here. I mean, reptilians are obviously a strong one too, but of course they bring fear to people because of the way they look. Not to say there's anything to fear, because most of them are very positive. They have the others, but if you connect to positive ones, you won't see the negative. And the negative ones you'll see as just kind of like another point of view that maybe not be something that you would connect to. But the felines, I feel like, have become a stronger presence here in due time. Sports, they play a big role in. It's kind of funny because it has to do with togetherness. So it's like they go with what works for us. And sporting events, I think this has been on Men in Black, the movie, where they saw an alien. Yeah. Well, yeah. Even in the movies, they make Men in Black look like, that they're, a joke, basically. And they do play a big role here. But as for sporting events, I would expect, not now, but eventually, alien intervention somewhere. Not now. It'll terrify people. But eventually, those will be like gathering places to know what's going, eventually. Sporting the stadiums that are open. Yeah, it'll be places where you can make alien contact eventually. Not now. Not now. Yeah, little by little. I mean, they're going to go. I mean, sports is a time of it's community, right? So it all depends on where the mental state is, of course. If it's all afraid and that's not real, well, that's okay. We'll wait for the next generation or the one after that, and they'll listen to this. It's like, You know, you can laugh it off all you want because you're not ready for it. But a lot of these people here now are going to reincarnate again, hopefully with a different point of view, of course, to the parents and all that. So I think a good portion are going to come back. Well, not coming back. This is it. I'll be here as an alien. I'll be flying around my spaceship, waving at everybody, freaking people out. So it's like, all right, I'll leave it with that for right now. That's all I got. I'm gonna give myself a break from channeling. I'm always tired too. So, all right. Blessings, everyone, and have a great night. And hopefully, this brings some enlightenment of some kind. And I'll be back tomorrow. And see what happens. Much love, everyone. Take care.